and welcome to Casual Leaves. So, firstly, Happy New Year to everyone and to me, because this package got timed so appropriately. It's the start of the new year and I just received this package, and mostly you will know what this is from the title of the video. But the excitement is still there, even though it's disclosed which plant this is gonna be. I'm so excited to open this. Should I say it also? Should I say it now? Do I reveal it? Do I say what plant this is? Well, this is Monstera Burle Marx Flame, and drum roll. A bit late in my head, but yeah, this is here. It arrived today and I was out the whole day, and it's night now. It's midnight and I was just getting into bed, and then I realized that this package is lying down the building with the security and I should go fetch it. And since I have it and I can't leave it in this box for sure the whole of the night, I must open it. I must unbox it. So let's get into it. Okay, so I love the packaging. Okay, firstly, let's talk about this packaging. Love it. It's this triangular box. It's big in size. So definitely they have put some thought into the packaging. Recently, I received some packages which weren't really put together at all in a good way. So I appreciate when I get good packages, because it says so much about the seller. It says so much about their intent and how seriously they take this business. So it's important for sure to put thought into packaging. Yeah. So I'm glad that that's there with this box. So it's here. It's here. There, you can take a little sneak peek before me even. I love it. Already loving it. Nothing else. It's a single plant that I ordered, and so this is from the Green Atelier on Instagram, and they had been posting about Burle Marx Flame since a while, and not since a while, just about maybe a few days back, and I found one piece which kind of spoke to me and I just ordered it straight away. It's like a single cutting, it's like a single stem. Of course it's a bit juvenile, but established is what I saw in their video they shared with me. And it was very decently priced too. I like this packaging a bit more than the recent ones, because at times the packages are packed properly, but the seller doesn't think how difficult it is to unpack the plants from it, because they just put too much tape and you can't really find out where the opening is. Like here, at least I knew the opening is on top. So if they can just make it a bit obvious how to go about it and think of the end consumer, how they will unpack the products. So if any sellers are watching, it means a lot when you guys put thoughts into these things, and when not, it's the opposite. So anyway, let me remove the outer cover. There's a bit of a mess here now. Oh, it's here. So here it is. That's my Monstera Burle Marx Flame, and wow, I love the leaf. It's so thick and it's starting to get kind of that shape, the flame shape, and it's a pretty long stem. I will even remove the rest of the tape so we can see inside. So as I do that, just want to talk a bit about this plant. So Monstera Burle Marx Flame is a very, very rare, super rare Monstera plant, and I don't have to tell you, I mean it's just like one of the dream plants, wishlist plants in every house plant collection. People want to have this plant so badly. Okay, so now we're finally inside. It's got like a little sandy kind of soil. So there's sand and maybe cocoa peat, the cocoa coir chunks here and there. I will also show the video of the roots which the seller had shared with me. So coming back to why is this plant so popular, and firstly, this is super rare. It was discovered by Roberto Burle Marx. He was a Brazilian architect, landscaping artist, and he was the one who got a lot of green vegetation to be part of urban landscapes. Like he brought it from the forests and jungles of Brazil and South America, Central America into urban landscapes. So, and that's how the name Burle Marx has remained with so many plants like your other Burle Marx, the Philodendron Burle Marx and Monstera Burle Marx Flame. This plant, of course, is known for its fiery flame fenestrations when it kind of becomes more matured. This, of course, is kind of, I wouldn't say this is a matured or a juvenile plant, it's in between for sure. Because of the fenestration, you can make sense of that. It's very thick, it's quite strong, so it's definitely a cutting, I would say a nicely rooted cutting of a good matured plant. I got a good deal on this one, so that's why I went for it. There was one more which was way more established with more leaves, multiple stems, which was twice the cost, so I didn't opt for it because anyway this plant requires a lot of patience. It is known to be very dramatic. Everyone knows that. It's a very, very slow grower is what I think I have heard. And but it's all worth it because when it finally becomes what it is to become, it's like a piece of live art. It's compared with almost collecting like a painting by a very famous painter. That's how unique and rare this plant is. It's very iconic, it's very unique, it's just the dream. It's got these very, very thick leaves. It's very tough and hardy. I have also, while I've heard that these are very dramatic, I have also heard that the cuttings do survive. They do their best to kind of bounce back. So is what I have read. We'll know soon. So this plant, apart from of course being a climber and liking moss poles, it loves humidity. So which means I am going to immediately put this in my greenhouse cabinet. I think I'll let it be there for a few weeks for sure until I start seeing new growth which sustains. So I remember when this plant was all over the internet, it was all over Instagram, and I would save so many posts of this plant that one day I'm going to buy it. Not buy it, I think I didn't even think I'm gonna buy it because I just knew it is so super rare and it's gonna be so expensive that I'm never gonna be able to hold it, and to actually be holding it today and touching it is really special. I think it was in like the pandemic time, maybe a bit like post-pandemic or during the pandemic. I think these were there a lot on Instagram, like the matured forms were there everywhere, and that time it was just so nice to see it. It was just like a beautiful plant, and I thought it's not gonna be in my access ever. It is never gonna be accessible to me, so the thought never occurred to me of owning it. So after all these plant shows, it has kind of started being available a lot more. Of course, very heavily priced for very small plants. Like, they're still available on a lot of sellers pages and websites, but this specific seller, the Green Atelier, I don't know, for some reason I wanted to try plants from them because they have a lot of matured big sized plants, and I have seen sort of good reviews or good mentions of them. So I thought, if I have to spend this amount, let me spend it for a seller who's known for good quality plants, because when you're spending so much, quality is so much important. Like, honestly, we wouldn't mind spending if the quality was good and the response was good. Like, this arrived so soon. I ordered it maybe 3-4 days back, and it's here today with me, which is so important. Like, if you're ordering a plant, we should receive it in time. So they shared the tracking detail on their own. They were so prompt, and they're quite quick, so I really like that. So I was happy to spend the amount with them. And well, let's look at the back sides now for a second. So it looks nice at the back too. Can't wait for new leaves to arrive on this. I know it's gonna take a long time, and maybe I've just got a very simple one stem cutting of the plant, but I have high hopes with this. And also, this video will be live like for Jan, maybe like the first video that I put in Jan 2025, but that will help me track the progress. So when we do get into the next year's updates with next year, maybe after a year, we can track the progress of this plant. So this plant is also like a climber. It likes to have a support. If it gets a moss pole, that's the best. I don't want to put a moss pole. I hate moss poles. Officially saying it, I hate them. I can't seem to work with them. So maybe I'll see if people put these on like a wooden stake or something. I wouldn't mind doing that. So probably going to do that later. Right now it just needs to first establish itself, push out a few leaves, and that's going to be like a very later stage when we even think about, you know, maybe even repotting it. I don't think I'm going to repot it. It's got drainage holes, so I'm fine. I'm just fine with it the way it is. So yes, this plant symbolizes transformation for me, beauty in nature for me, and the quality of being a survivor. Those are the three things that this plant really makes me think about after all that I've read about it. So very excited, very happy that this is the first plant for this new year for me. What are your wishlist plans for this year? Do let me know, because I am building a wish list, and this, honestly, in December I started making a wish list, and this was the number one. Maybe I'll put that little thing on the screen. So this is plan number 1 in my wish list for 2025. So far I used to just randomly make wish lists. Actually, I wouldn't have a wish list. I would just see a plant and maybe try and get it. But this year I thought maybe I could get one good plant per month. So at the end of the year, for 12 months, I can actually have 12 plants which mean something, right? Rather than just buying plants randomly, which will of course happen in the background. I can continue doing that. But every month, I want to set aside a little budget to get a special plant. So this is for Jan. This is my Jan wishlist plant already with me, right in time. And I'm just so happy. Let me know what are your wishlist plants. Like I said, I'm building mine. So looking forward to knowing which are other plants, which deserve a space in our collection, right? So yeah, that's it for today. This was a midnight unboxing. As I said in the start, I was too excited to open this up, and I know it's like a very tiny plant in so many ways on the screen, but honestly it's just a really decent size like in person. So really happy, really glad to be getting this, and hopefully I shall update you with some good updates of new leaves on it. Let's hope for that, and we'll kind of track the progress, the speed of growth for new leaves on this plant, and we'll see when it needs repotting. So I'll bring this to you in my future videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.